Yo, hooey, Uncle Sven! That was an awful, awful attempt to imitate Uncle Sven from Gigantic, one of my favourite heroes at the moment to play. The reason why he's one of my favourite heroes and why he's quite powerful is because he's a utility. He's meant to be a support, but because of his abilities to heal, escape, and do a lot of damage with dots, damage over time with this flame, he's very, very formidable. And I'm going to show a game where I go 10-0 and we win very quickly. Sven is a character that in the early game can deal a lot of damage and harass, whilst also getting away pretty easily using his Q, which is a big bounce. So on the left click I usually take the extra damage on the direct hit and the extra burn damage, because that basically, if you can aim his left clicks, which are one of the highest drop projectiles in the game, so it takes a lot of skill to get these right, but on the other hand, because they dip so much, you can fire them over object and over cover where enemies might be hiding. And because of this 33% extra damage when you hit, it's quite rewarding to keep getting those hits on them. It's not the easiest thing to do, but with a little bit of aiming and a little bit of tracking the players, you can be very, very aggressive with it. And then you have the right click, which debuffs them and takes down their armor, and you can also add another burn onto this, so extra damage, which is what I normally take. Then we have the Q, which basically makes you bounce, and I take the slow for the enemies so that if I'm chasing somebody, I can throw down that Q, and then it'll slow them, and then once I get to it, I can jump after them and take them down like I'm on them like a dog, growling, biting them, throwing my potions, setting them on fire. Yeah, that's how you can play aggressive Sven, and if you find out, damn, I'm in a big bad spot of bother here, you can just bounce out of there. But sometimes when you're in like a group fight, you can use this in combination with your E, which is the heal, and if your team is below you, you can drop down your heal and you'll heal everybody whilst you jump up in the air, and you can still keep firing your potions down, setting your enemies on fire. And a lot of the time I've ran rings around players by using the jump and then hitting them from the air whilst they can't hit me. His ultimate also turns everybody into these Motigas, which are little dinosaurs, meaning they can't use any abilities, which is great using against something which has a shield on or is using an ability of their own, because it stops it. And it's almost like a sheep stick in Dota, so you can focus on them without being wailed on yourself. It's actually a very good ability. And it's an AoE, and you can upgrade it to be a much larger AoE. It's got me out of a lot of pickles as well, but how to turn them into Motigas, either kill them or run away from them. Anyway, whilst this character is an old man with fairly few clothes on, and he might be your pervy uncle that you don't normally like to be seen around, his animation on his character is also epic. I mean, those potion flasks on his back, the water actually flows about, and he's just a very bouncy character and makes this very satisfying bouncy noise, like a water barrel hitting the floor. He's just one of my favourite characters, and he's got this funny voice, and he's got a lot of charm. Like the rest of the game, a lot of charm, but this guy especially. Anyway, as I've been talking, I've probably got over the most boring parts of the match, where I'm just putting down towers and trying to gauge out my enemies, and from this point on, the match starts going better and better for me as Uncle Sven. Anyway, what does everyone else think about Uncle Sven? Is he a little OP at the moment, or am I just playing in low MMR brackets at the moment and playing low skill players? Who knows? But no matter what, he's a great support and can be very aggressive in early game. That's actually something I've not mentioned, that if one game I had about 20 kills, but because it was only me getting the kills, a lot of the people that probably should have been getting more experience and getting to level 10 first probably didn't get there as quickly. So I think it's a double-edged sword. Uncle Sven's very good in the early game when you can be aggressive and you can really harass them, but later game, once you butt them out at level 10, then the other characters are going to start getting better than you. Anyway, yeah, let's get on with the match. Here you go, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to like if you enjoyed it, dislike if you didn't, and subscribe for more content. Joshino.